Hey guys, it's MsGryphi, and I'm back building another house in The Sims 4. Happy Saturday, by the way. Today, I just really wanted to make, I don't know, a generic family house, but I wanted it to be really nice, and I wanted to have a really small one, and I spent a really long time building this. So it's, this is sped up to 600% right now. It took me like 2.5 hours to build this, which is crazy because it's not a very big home. I just was trying to be detailed with it and I was having a lot of fun with it. And so, yeah. Anyway, we're trying to figure out the basic shape, which is very similar to this. We do get rid of that extra decking over there, and there's some more detail that we're adding in now. We're getting lots of roofing. It ends up being a two-bedroom house. The bedrooms are very small, but it'll be good for a family that has one kid or maybe two friends living together. There's a double bed and a single bed in this home, so you can have a couple of different Sims in here. Three Sims, there's sleeping arrangements for. However, the larger bed is placed against a wall, but it should be able to be moved out slightly and you can get another sim in there, but the bedrooms are pretty tight in this house. We'll get to that. Anyway, I'm just working on the roofing now. I could not, for the life of me, decide what I wanted to do with this roofing. I tried all kinds of stuff back here. I was like, yeah, I got rid of that. I didn't think it worked out too well, but we get there in the end for sure. Ooh, my phone just went out. Oh, maybe I should mute my phone before I'm doing recordings, but it didn't occur to me. Anyway, we are getting rid of the deck apparently, and we're gonna come inside and start pushing around the wall so that it's all one big room. We spend a really long time on the outside before I decide what we're gonna do on the inside, and I couldn't decide a door. That door I really like, but I thought it was too big for this house, so we go for like a really basic one door. One door, yes. We have one door. Well, we do have one door, but what I meant is like a one tile door. And right now, I'm starting to get really frustrated with the fact that all of the windows in this game that have shutters, except for the one that's closed, take up two spots. I really need one tile shuttered windows. Like, EA, you gotta do that for me. I mean, I'm sure I'm not the only one that wants it. Like, we need those, which would be really, really helpful. Anyway, we're trying to figure out the door still, and yeah, we're trying to figure out the foundation color here and starting to block off the rooms, which is pretty close to what I end up going with. I have to move stuff around a little bit. So I was going to throw a weird bathroom in between two rooms, and that didn't end up working out too well. But we got to it, and I was trying my hardest not to have a blue house. You'll see me trying to not have a blue house, but surprise, surprise from the thumbnail, it's a light blue house. I don't know why I always go for blue houses. I was trying to make it green here. Obviously, if you like this house, it'll be on the gallery for you to download. You can either search search Gryphi or the hashtag MsGryphi to find it. It should be up by the time this video is up to download for you guys. It's a little over 70,000 simoleons, I believe. I think it was like 73. But you'll probably see that on screen as we're going. And yeah, it's a mix of all kinds of packs that I used. So if you don't have all of them, well, some stuff is going to be replaced. I do plan on building a base game only house in a couple of weeks, though. So totally look out for that if you only have the base game. I think that's going to be really interesting because I'm so dependent on a lot of these new items that we've gotten over the past couple of years from all these other packs. I also apologize if I say a lot. I'm really bad at doing these long voiceovers, so I decided I was going to try it today and see how it goes. And yeah. So, this is a house that we're building, and I typically don't really like these little chimney accessories, but I decided today I wanted to do one because I didn't think we had enough space to build a fake chimney, which if you're watching my live stream series I'm doing right now for a family that I'm going to be playing off camera as my personal family, they're called the Pringles. It's a single mom and her toddler daughter, and I was creating a house for them that, surprise, surprise, is light blue, and I built them a fake fireplace, which I really liked, but I didn't think that worked well for this house. So we got a roof decoration one, Anyway, we are working on the front porch here, and I never use these, so I was so excited to use them. It's just one of those things I always forget exists. I don't know if there's anything like that for you guys, but there's items in the game that I forget about. Like a couple of days ago when I was doing my live stream, I was like, I always forget flower boxes exist. And so I put them everywhere. And you know what I did in this build too? I put them everywhere. So there's flower boxes everywhere. If you don't like flower boxes, go ahead and get rid of them. No big deal. But I had a lot of fun with it. So I definitely did that. And right now we're just trying to figure out the windows. I wasn't sure where to put them. We did change them a little bit at one point in time. Like right now I have a wall going through a bay window, which makes zero sense. Also, I feel like I gave the single bedroom like a nicer room because like it's slightly smaller, I think. I'm not sure. But it has a bay window in it, which I thought was really nice, but I don't know, it didn't work out to be a larger room. It's the single bedroom, and we still have this weird funky bathroom we haven't figured out. And here I'm just placing to make sure beds would fit in these rooms. Because, like I said, they're very small rooms. I wanted to fit 2 bedrooms into this little house, make it nice and cozy, and in the end, we actually did get to that. Now, I don't know what happened with the tiles in there, right? Also, we do not keep this floor, and like the beds we put in aren't necessarily the beds that we're going to use. It's just me trying to place things out and seeing where things will fit. We don't end up with a dining room in this build, but I didn't want one. I just wanted to have a little kitchen area that we could eat in. So in the kitchen, there's a table there for you to sit down and eat your food at. So, you know, and of course I had to throw this bed in there because it's my favorite new bed. I just constantly want to use it. I think so far I've only ever used it in my vampire build, which I didn't do a speed build for, but if you're watching my vampires LP, that's in Morgan's room, and I love that bed. Like, that's probably one of my favorite, I think it is my favorite bed in game. I think in here you should be able to use all of the things. I'm not sure if the toilet's blocking the shower. If it is, you can just switch the sink and the toilet to the other side of the room and move the door over. I forgot to test it. You know, there I go again. Not didn't turn my phone off, didn't test to make sure your Sims could use the shower. You know, I'm all over the place today, but you know what? That is a-okay. Anyway, oh, I'm babbling. All right, so we are almost done with the bathroom here, which was really quick and easy to do, but I really like it. And we added just a little pop of color with that painting, but it's just a black and white room, and I'm using those tiles that I use in every bathroom I ever make. So I apologize for that. I just really like them, and for some reason I only associate them with bathrooms. So I've been using them a lot in bathrooms lately. Anyway, we are in the kitchen now, and I really wanted to use these new counters that we got with the Vampire Game Pack because they're so pretty. Like, oh, they're white cabinets with like black tops, and I don't know. I don't think we had those before, or if we did, I just haven't noticed. But they're really pretty. So I just wanted to have a cute little kitchen area that had everything that we needed functionality wise, and we ended up throwing a table in later, and we are not using this wallpaper. I don't know what I was thinking there. I'm just like jumping all over the place. So apologies for that because I jump around a lot when I'm building because I'm like, ooh, I found this thing or I found this thing, and I'll just throw it in another room or I'll put it somewhere so that I don't lose it later. That's just kind of my building style, unfortunately. So I apologize if it's a little hard to follow. Anyway, we're experimenting with a lot of colors in this room. I think we do end up sticking with a blue color scheme, and like we have a brick splashback where the fridge is later. And I'm just trying to figure out a floor now. I don't actually. Oh, okay. We ended up with this wood floor, which ended up being the wood floor in the rest of the house as well. Changed my mind about what color I wanted in this house. We tried going for a pink kitchen for some reason, which I don't mind, but I think I like it better in the blue color that we ended up going with when we finally get to that. So just placing in cabinets and fridge and trying to make this pink kitchen work. It's like trying to make fetch happen. Yeah, I don't know why I just said that, but it just popped in my head, so there you go. This is what happens when I decide I'm going to do commentary for an entire build. So, all right. So we are putting in lots of cabinets in this kitchen. I actually really like this kitchen. It's a little weird, like it's different style than I normally do for my own personal kitchens, but like I really like it. It's kind of like split up, but I think it came out pretty well. And now we're getting to the blue that we're actually going to use here, and I put the brick from outside as a splashback right there. Is it splashback? Backsplash? Backsplash. I think it's backsplash. Whatever. It has those two words, backsplash. So yeah, we're just messing with colors and stuff now, and yeah, we're gonna get a table. Couldn't decide which one I wanted, but I think we ended up with a glass one. Yeah, that glass one right there. Got some nice modern chairs to go around it. Also, throughout this, there'll probably be a couple times you see me just like saving the game. I don't know why I left those in, but I did. I didn't think it was important to take them out, but I just didn't want to lose my progress because I wanted to finish this build. I really like it, and I want to make sure that if anyone wanted it, that it would be available up in the gallery, and the game wouldn't crash, and I wouldn't have the save. So anyway, I'm like, for some reason, even though I know I can't put a coffee pot over there, I'm trying to put a coffee pot over there, which makes zero sense. And then I kind of made this contraption right there, where I have like a corner counter, and then I decided to put an accent table through it to create an interesting corner piece where we could have a coffee machine and some coffee cups and some like cakes and stuff. Like a little counter that I really like in the corner. Little table. There's the little cakes, pastries, and all of that good stuff. Putting some curtains in here. And yeah, I think the kitchen is almost done actually. I think it's the first room I worked on because I love building kitchens. It's one of my favorite things. But yeah, so this is the kitchen. Actually, I'm just probably gonna go on a lot of tangents during this because I'm I'm not very good at long voiceovers. So sorry in advance for that if you don't like random tangents. I'm sorry. So it takes me forever to build kitchens, and I really like kitchens. But I mean, if you were watching my Let's Build live stream thing for the Pringles family, I the first live stream made the people in Create a Sim. I built the exterior of the house, which ended up changing in the second part. And then we worked on the kitchen. And I got part of the way done with the kitchen in like an hour something live stream. And then in the second part, I was like, you know what? I want to like renovate the outside. I don't like it anymore. So we did that. And then all we did was the kitchen and a toddler's room, and I was streaming for over 2 hours. And like that was with me talking. And this house took me like 2 hours plus 2 hours of recording to make. It took me longer than that. I took a break in the middle, and I was like, I don't even know what kind of house I want to build, and that's just kind of me. Anyway, we're skipping forward, and now we're in the living room, which is why I believe I just changed the placement of the chimney on the roof because we were going to put a chimney here, and I was trying to put a TV up here, but we didn't end up having a TV on that side of the room at all. We do end up having a TV up, of course, but like not there. But I wanted to try and have a TV on top of the chimney or the fireplace. It's not a chimney, it's a fireplace. What are you doing, Tanya? But yeah, I'm just trying to add some clutter around the place in the kitchen, jumping back into the kitchen even though we were just in the living room. Oh, goodness. Anyway, all right, so what are we doing here? I think I'm just looking for more clutter. More clutter to put everywhere. I end up moving where a lot of the stuff is, but I really wanted to use this like little flower mirror box because I don't think I've ever used it and I really like it. And I'm just clicking on things 'cause I don't know what they are. And I found this really cool like wine rack. I didn't even know that was in the game, so I was really excited to put that in there. Super duper cool, in my opinion. I actually really enjoyed building this house. It took forever, like I said, but like sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm not feeling something like halfway through, and I'm like, it looks so bad, but like I really enjoyed this house. So I was really excited about it. I don't know why I thought I could fit this couch in this living room. It is so big. There's no way that makes any sense. And now we have a floating TV. But I also always use coffee tables to hold TVs instead of the TV stands they gave us. I don't know why. I think I just don't like the TV stands. But yeah, this is a really tiny living room with a lot of doors in it. So it was a little difficult to try and figure out what to do. And there we go, plopping a couch outside. Me being like, oh, I could use this in another area. But I think we ended up going with these couches, and I don't leave them all awkward like that. I think we just have one in that chair, which is plenty because the most amount of Sims you could have in this room, in this house currently with the amount of beds is 3, so there's 3 seats. I guess you could throw another single bed in the extra bedroom somewhere if you got rid of the closet maybe, and there'd be enough space for another Sim, but I think currently 3 Sims is kind of a lot for this house, so we're going to stick with that. I was trying to put a stereo over here. We ended up getting rid of it later on. It clips into the fireplace, but I don't know. I was still adamant on keeping it at this point in time, so I don't know what I was thinking, but all right. Ooh, I was like really excited when I saw those celebration balloons because I didn't realize those were there. I'm totally going to use those if we have a birthday party in one of my LPs or in my personal game. I don't know why I didn't realize those existed, so I'm like so excited about that. Anyway, I'm using a lot of those little paintings. I do that a lot. For some reason, that painting, I'm just like, you need multiples of it if you want to use it. And I want to add a little desk office area over here. I really wanted to try and use that desk, but it didn't happen. I really like this glass table though. I'm all about glass desks lately. I don't have one, but I feel like I'd like one. But I don't think it's practical because wouldn't a glass desk just get really dirty? Fingerprints all over it. If you eat at your desk, it'd probably get really gross really quick. And it's flower box time! My favorite part is just adding all the flower boxes. Oh goodness. I got really excited about this. And I found this weird flower thing and I added it. I don't know why or what it is, but I liked it. So there it is. And I guess we took a little break just there because now we are putting some more plants in the house. I tried to use a lot of greenery in this house because I thought it helped a lot in making it look more realistic. And we used, wow, I missed part of this living room. Interesting. So I decided that I didn't want that orange that we're playing with right now, so we get rid of that shortly. This whole room changes color actually. I'm trying to remember what color it ended up being. I think it ended up being like a brown. I was trying for a blue. I kind of liked the blue. I think we went all blue for a moment. The color scheme in here changes a bunch of times because I was just like, eh. And then I did this thing that I always hear people talk about. I've heard other YouTubers talk about it, but I've never actually done it. But I like to start with, I always end up doing it because it's frustrating the amount of color swatches we get. But what I did is I designed the whole room and then I couldn't figure out a color and then I found a rug I liked and I was like, I should have just like picked a rug first and then designed the room based on the rug, which is what I ended up doing later. But I don't know why I never do that to start with because I always end up doing it. I'm just like, here's this room. Oh, but I like this rug and it's the color I want. So then I end up redoing the entire room to to fit with that color. So that's what we're doing here. Because I wanted the beige and blue rug that we got right there. And I was like, shit, which color would go with this? And we ended up going with a brown. I think it's this brown actually, which I really like. If it is this brown, I like this one too. If it's not, then I like the other one too. I don't know. And we were just changing lots of colors in here. Had trouble figuring out what to put on these walls. We ended up having that calendar painting thing over there. I say calendar, I don't know if it's calendar, but my grandma has a calendar that looks a lot like that. So I'm going to say it's a calendar. And I know that's like a bathroom cabinet, but I thought it worked. Also, there's not a lot of room in the bathroom, and I figured it worked really well in that space. Maybe that they have a cabinet outside the bathroom to keep bathroom stuff in, but it's really neat and I think it worked fine in there. Anyway, I really wanted to use this new wallpaper that we got with the toddlers update for a like teen or child's room. So I went for it in that little splashback, backsplash, backsplash, yes, backsplash. Backsplash in this girl's room. I made this like a very stereotypical pink room, which I tend not to do or try not to do, but I really wanted to use that wallpaper in that specific color, so there you go. I was also trying to get these flowers to work in here, which didn't really work the way I wanted them to, so we ended up putting them over here on this vanity, and they are clipping through, but it kind of just looks like one of the pots is shorter and it's on a higher pedestal, so I was totally okay with that. Now some posters. Oh my gosh, how do people talk for 20 minutes at a time? Ah. It's really weird watching like this go so fast because this took me so long to do. But yeah, pink room. I'm not a big fan of pink, but like I really like this room. I would be happy with this room. I mean, I might not use the vanity because I'm not too much of a makeup person, but I like this room. Like, I want that wallpaper. Ooh, what did I end up putting over there? Oh wait, yeah, I put a plant over there. That plant right there, which I've actually never used before, and I was really excited to use. And we got like shelves over here with all kinds of crazy stuff on them. I was really excited about that. Lots of trying to save space in this like little room, have some extra details and places for whoever is in this room, this teenage girl, I'm assuming, to keep all of her knickknacks and makeup and flowers and books and stuff like that. We are almost done with this room, I think. We're just adding a rug and a chair, and I think that's it. We should be moving on to the next room fairly soon. Okay, yeah, just adding some makeup. Oh, and then I found this room separator thing. I think it came with City Living, and I thought it looked kind of cool sticking out of the wall in that room. And now we're on the last bedroom, which I don't really like that much, but that could be because I don't like mint green and I made this like a mint green room. Not this green. We're going to change it to like a mint green and kind of a beige to go with it, which is an interesting combination. You can always change the color schemes if you so wish if you download this house, but we're gonna end up with this green on the wall, on one of the walls, on the back wall, and then we're gonna do a beige for the rest of the walls. Not that one though, because I was like, it's bothering me that the trim doesn't go all the way around. So we end up doing this and trying to figure out how to decorate, and there you go, the bed's against the wall now. So like it can move out and you can have a sim go to either side, but for the purposes of this build, I moved it against the wall. But if you want two sims to be able to get into the bed, you can just move it over and it shouldn't be an issue. You might have to get rid of the bedside table I end up putting next to it though. But it should work just fine, really. Anyway, what are we doing now? Oh, I ended up putting a sitting area in this bedroom, which is a really small bedroom, so I thought it was kind of weird to put a sitting area. And I never put sitting areas in bedrooms, even if they're huge bedrooms, but I did, so new thing for me. It's kind of cool. And trying to figure out rugs in here. In this lighting, for some reason, that rug looked green to me, but then I realized it was blue, so we ended up changing it. And I think we just had a brown and a beige rug. Yeah, there they are. So, I don't know, I just kind of like having a little sitting area over here with a bookcase. That'd be a nice little relaxing thing to do in this room. I could not figure out what to put on that wall. I was like, it's so blank. And I think we ended up putting like a giant massive, because I need both of those words, which I didn't see me do. Maybe I did it earlier and got rid of it really quickly. But we ended up putting shelves over here to put some stuff on, which I think worked fine. Real basic. Nothing too special. Like I said, I don't like this room as much as the little pink room, which is interesting, but I like it pretty well. Anyway, we're moving the lot back now so we can do some landscaping and picking out floors for outside, which I never know what to do because I feel like nothing looks right. But this is what we are going to go ahead and do. We're adding in a trash can, doing some terrain paints here for the front of the house. And we're getting close to the end, actually. So we're just doing that right now, adding some dirt around the outside of the house now, and adding on the railings around the house, adding some steps in the back. We are getting so close to the end. Oh, goodness. We end up adding a pool in the back, too. That must happen in the last couple of minutes here. But yeah, so adding some trees. I wanted to make sure we got one of those pink trees because I love that those are in Willow Creek. They're so pretty. I think they're like iconic Willow Creek. You're in Willow Creek if you have one of those pink trees in your yard. But anyway, I don't know. I'm really bad at landscaping. I couldn't decide what I wanted to do here, but I did want the white mailbox instead of the one that comes with Willow Creek because I don't really like it for whatever reason. But that's what we do. We ended up having those seats out there, but not in that location because I also want to include a grill and a table and chairs with like an umbrella for our Sims to enjoy outside. So we're going to add that shortly after we finish messing around in the front yard. I don't know what we're doing. Oh, we're just adding some extra like flowers and stuff with terrain paint, which is a nice touch that I never do. So yay, exciting things. All right, I'm doing this because I don't know why I thought it was going to work. I guess it's because it worked really well in The Sims 3. It would make it so like you'd have a straight line around your terrain. Yeah, I realized that didn't work. I ended up fixing it afterwards. And now I know because I haven't tried that since The Sims 3. So, that's what's happening. Anyway, changing the pool here, just adding a little bit of detail, adding this little fence around the pool. We ended up throwing in a gate there, and we're fixing up the terrain I was just talking about now. And yeah, we are almost done. I actually love this house. I'm probably going to use it for my own personal gameplay at some point in time. I just don't know when yet. Or maybe in one of my Let's Plays if they move someplace. Ooh, it's so pretty. Anyway, we are getting so close to the end here. Once again, don't know what I'm doing there. And I wanted to have like a little bit of detailing around the edges, so we have a little bit of fencing that ends up moving a little farther back, I think. Or no, it goes farther in the front. It ends at the same spot going backwards. Yeah, you know what I mean. Maybe you don't, but you'll see in a second. And yeah, didn't know what to do with flowers. I was messing around a lot here, but we ended up getting rid of, I think, most of those. Just putting like one little bit of flowers, some dirt under it, and putting dirt under all the trees. I think we do a little bit more around just the house. Yeah, we're doing that now. And yeah, that's the house. I keep just saying and yeah a lot, but you know, that is fine. Oh, here's that table and chairs I was talking about that I really wanted to add on the back porch. And we're going to move that over there now. And just the last bit of dirt under the house right here, fixing the fencing in the front like I said, just double checking everything is a-okay before I go save this out, save it to my gallery and take some screenshots. Anyway, we're about to get to the screenshots here, so I will see you guys next time. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff if you want to see more, and thank you guys so much for watching. Bye everyone.